when you're playing for a playoff spot. Great job by Jordan Love identifying the issue and putting the ball in a place where people can make plays. I'm not saying anything about the quality of the passer. I think what I'm saying is great job recognizing it, but it's amazing to me with that defense at the level they've been playing at that you have some of these blunders that they had last night. Okay, so Vikings are playing palms up defense right here. And what do I mean by that? Palms is like a version of cover four where the backside safety traps a trips look when the first guy who comes across the middle. So that's like a palms defense, right? Like a palm, think about a palm tree covers everything from the shade. So it's a four across the top defense. Okay. But these guys are just playing palms up defense. Like, what are we doing right here? Here's what I'm saying. So you got a 4th and 1 look. And we've been talking a lot about how leverage issues occur when you got these stacked receivers on the top side. And they've got more than enough guys here. And again, their captain plays the run and just leaves a player wide open. And it's a shame. This game could have been a lot worse. As bad as it was, this could have been 47 to 10. You look at some of these plays. And right there, that was a 9-nights game. Meaning that if it's 17-0 right there, the game ended up being a 9-nights game by the second half anyways. But this is go to bed early, guys, or go celebrate New Year's Eve because this game's over if they catch that ball. This is why the Minnesota Vikings are 27th ranked rush offense. Now, what I'm showing you right here, Corey Wooden is trying to push down Christian Darrisaw. And the argument is that 50-50 here. So a running back should be able to jump cut and get downhill. Quay's going to end up making this tackle, I think, in that hole. But they're 27th ranked for a reason. It's not like their offensive line just got a lot worse or they're different than they used to be. Look, they got rid of Dalvin Cook. Sometimes things just aren't clicking. This is a well-blocked play where I think the last 3 weeks, this goes for 20. And last night, for whatever reason, they just can't. Madison just can't quite get right. I'm sorry, that wasn't Quay. That was Nixon. Can't quite get right, but we just end up making it a short gain. Fantastic. Quarterback needs time. So we bring Quay. I think I talked about this last week or the week before. When you bring a linebacker from depth and he's kind of in the count, it's actually one of the easiest things to pick up because all the other people are just have a rush lanes now. Like they're limited in what they can do. And the other thing is, if you'll notice, I'll bring this up the next rep, but you have your backups in a lot, kind of from the 30 to the following 40 now. Like it's almost like you're starting your backups in a lot of these drives. You're starting with your backup, your second unit defensive line. And when this quarterback has time, he ends up making a couple throws in a row here. So you got one to Justin Jefferson. So second rush unit in. Yeah, food for thought. It's just something to think about. So you get your second rush unit. He's got plenty of time again. And he ends up going across the middle. Like these are the difference is it's not like people aren't ever open in zone defense against Packers, against anybody. It's that when your quarterback has a lot of time to throw in clear lanes, like it's when it's a 7-on-7 game, they get a lot of completions. Now, key matchup. We talked about Kenny Green versus I'm forgetting the name of the Garrett Bradbury, their center. And I said he wasn't a fish, but he struggled the week before. And Kenny's had his number. Beats him bad here, gets through, ends up converging for the sack. Unfortunately, my man Isaiah McDuffie gets hurt here with, I think, a concussion. Hopefully he's all right. But Kenny makes that play go with winning an individual matchup. Our defensive line, just like the Lions game, you're winning individual matchups makes a huge difference. Under center, we talk about creating space. So they're doing a lot of this motion that Tyreek Hill and the Miami Dolphins really kind of made famous. We're doing this the motion away from the ball towards at the line of scrimmage and catching speed. What is it doing? It's putting that corner who's in green circle. It's making him a softer edge. It's giving him a softer corner, more space to get full speed downhill on, and then steps into the throw. Look how good Jordan Love is when he steps into his throws, man. I mean, just really, really good ball. So we come back on the return, and you just see he's already just given up more ground. Talk about 21. And then right here, what a job. Now he's trying to force with his leverage and his body position. He's trying to force him inside so he can drive on it. And Harrison Smith's in there to help. Unfortunately, doesn't have good. Unfortunately for the Vikings, doesn't have a good enough leverage. Jaden Reed with a great route, great toe tap here. That's big time, man, for a rookie. Crazy. You don't see this often anymore. Under center, this isn't play action. He just does a quick 5-step drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back foot, step and throw. Really good job. You think about from a play calling standpoint, everything you're trying to incorporate. This is just a really good way for Matt LaFleur to get Jordan Love a quick 5-step in rhythm, out route to Tucker Kraft. Tucker's not doing anywhere that hurdling nonsense. Man, we're low on our shoulder from now on. I love it. No more cup checks in the middle of the game. But I really like you. When's the last time you saw just an under center 5-step drop from a quarterback? They just don't do it anymore. Like they might throw the ball at the line of scrimmage. Everything else is like play action nonsense, right? So just from a timing standpoint, what it does for the offensive line, really like the play call. Again, Matt LaFleur is just coming up with some really good game plans. Really the last month and a half. Amazing transition of what this offense has been able to do, generally speaking, over the last couple, maybe 5-6 games with those really good game plans. Now look at not Madison. Sorry, the safety 44 for the Minnesota Vikings. Now this is not a way to play. You got a 2x2 look, and he turns his back to the tight end arrow route in the flat and tries to catch up. And I mean, if I'm on the sidelines, he's the captain. It's like, this is not the way you want to play ball. This stuff, and maybe they're saying, hey, you got to get hands on first receiver, and that's why he's doing it. But it makes it so easy when your quarterback is willing to take the 5-yard or the arrow route, and he can throw it on time and in position like Jordan Love's doing in this game. It makes it so easy for the Green Bay Packers to move the sticks. Now you go under center. And I just put this play in. It's not even a first down, but it's like he's a damn missile going downhill. Safety's got time to load up and make a play on Aaron Jones here. And everything is falling forward. Everything's falling forward. So now we do have a 3rd and 1. And look, Josh Myers is playing against Harrison Phillips here and gets his head across, gets beat bad, really. Kind of whiffs on him. But the play speed of Aaron Jones and Elgin Jenkins and Rasheed Walker do a great job of doing what we call a slip block. So a double team on that 4-eye, that 4 technique up to the 2nd level. So Elgin secures that gap. You've got Tucker Kraft on his own outside on the stand-up linebacker. And we get a 7-yard play on a 3rd and 1. Big time blocks. All 3 players outside. Tucker, Rasheed, Elgin Jenkins. We get the cutoff. We'll call it cutoff in quotes by Josh Myers. And then the play speed downhill for Aaron Jones. Big time play. And then hey, you did it twice. I'm going to give you the ball again on 1st down. And you just look at Tucker Kraft here. I'm going to go back and show you. Tucker Kraft, I have him circled up. And again, he's just playing against an stand-up outside linebacker. These are the blocks he should be able to make. Hand in the ground, problem. Stand-up guys, we talked about it last week when who was it over there for Carol? Was it Burns? Somebody was up. Maybe it was Burns last week. But when you're playing stand-up, a lot easier to deal with. And look how he finishes this play to the ground there. Look at that. Big time, right? That's a highlight reel play for Tucker Kraft. You get a finish. You get a domination block. Runs right past you on the way to a 1st down. Big time block, man. And then Jordan Love, you just love. So they finally run the keeper. And the Minnesota Vikings have this play sniffed out. They do a great job. But instead of running for the pylon, he tucks it 2 hands, goes underneath. And I know the fumble here, blah, 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 but they end up scoring. So McDuffie comes out of the game. And that means that Eric Wilson comes in. And the last thing you want to do right here, it's 17-3. Get the ball on the 18, 19-yard line. It's 3:53 left in the game. You don't want to give these guys anything. It's like, make the play right here. Okay. And this is what we're talking about. You're still missing tackles. There's still errors in this game. It's not a clean game by any means. It's just the level of domination, I think, of the defensive line in particular, they did such a good job of creating chaos for this quarterback. And it might not be showing in the numbers, but it's showing in the way they had to move off his spot. But these kind of plays right here, you got to get rid of. Now look at the pressures. There's 2 plays in a row. Linebackers are going to show up at the line of scrimmage. 2 plays in a row. One is just kind of a hard run action, and the second one is going to be that dog from Quay Walker. But watch both these now. Quay comes down immediately, takes on that guard. And because Eric Wilson shoots that gap so hard, 67 Ingram can't get off the block, ends up making the play with Rashawn Gary at the line of scrimmage. So fantastic job of seeing it with your eyes and just reacting. Be a read and react athlete, straight downhill. Absolutely excellent job. And then I think we got the next play here. Quay Walker downhill is the best version of Quay. So he's up, showing. Great inside move, sack, big time play. And we talked about it for really 2 years now. When you point him in a direction and say, this is what we want, not every play, but a handful of times during the game, it increases the amount of aggressiveness and then therefore for me, multiplying his ability to demonstrate his athleticism, demonstrate his football IQ, his football aptitude, all the things, the reasons that you've drafted him. Give him a reason to be aggressive. Give him a reason to be aggressive. Show this one more time here. I mean, that's a big time move. Inside swipe. Look how he turns his hips. And then has the athleticism, right? That Georgia athleticism, which I do not have, to stay up and make this play. It's big time, man. Talk about these quarterbacks. They struggle out of rhythm. That's the difference between a starting quarterback in this league and a non-starting quarterback in this league. The guys who get paid can throw off schedule. As soon as he has to climb the pocket right here, you know this ball's getting driven high. Anybody who's ever been in that position before, and I have, unfortunately, a high school quarterback, by the way, guys, really bad. When you run forward and have to step into the throw, the ball always sails on you, just like it does there. It happens, 19 out of 20 times with these guys. I got the old Preston Smith appreciation post. So we don't get a first. We don't move the ball. Kick it back to him. There's 32 seconds left on the clock. I think they get a good play on the first down, so it's 2nd and short. They decide they're going to do something with it because they look 2nd and 2. It's on the 47. These guys need something to happen, right? Preston, who has beaten Darisaw before in this game and historically, just does it's a show bull, quick arm over swipe. It's almost like a ghost, but you're going swipe instead of going underneath and dipping your shoulder. Really, really effective move for him. Sack, fumble, big time play from a big time player. Look at that. Dude, absolutely love. So first of all, as an offensive lineman, I hate that rush because it's such a good rush. But Love is just absolutely dealing here. About the second quarter, the guy hit his stride. And you just look, he's throwing it. He's stepping into these throws. This play at the line of scrimmage, when you see this at the line of scrimmage, show this one more time. Yep, there we are. So they're drop zone, and he knows he's got to throw over that flat player who's got nobody in the flat so he can actually sink. Such a confident throw to Dobbs. Such a confident throw. And then we got the bunch look, and they're spying at the line of scrimmage. They're spying Love at the line of scrimmage here. That means that the middle of the field is wide open. They run 2 vertical routes and let Jaden Reed work underneath, like almost like on a Texas route. And unfortunately for the Vikings, they got a kill shot here. I think this might be Harrison Smith coming from right to left on your screen and misses. And it's all she wrote. 6 the ball out there. I don't know if I like that or not, but 6 the ball out there, touchdown. And that's the game. It's 23-3 at half. Listen, guys, that's the show's over. You got a 4-string quarterback. Now they bring in Nick Mullins. A bunch of stuff happened. I only wanted to bring up this one clip from the second half because I said it on TV or said it on Twitter last night. I want to make sure everybody knew what I'm talking about. Running to softness. The Minnesota Vikings, they love to bring pressure. When they bring it, a lot of times you'll drop zone on the other side, or you'll loop out the. If you do drop zone, you'll have to loop out to maintain leverage. For whatever reason, in the arrow here on the bottom point of the arrow on the bottom left, that 3 technique doesn't try to cross face. Okay, that linebacker at the bottom right of the arrow, we're talking about the red arrow, goes outside of the 3 technique. So for whatever reason, the Minnesota Vikings are overloading gaps, but they're also not covering other gaps up. So you just see here, they actually have, I'm talking about the Packers, they have their center and their receiver blocking the only second level player on the screen. They got 2 guys. They got 80 and 71 blocking 1 guy. That's how open this is. And it's just as simple for Zach Tom and John Rennie Jr. It's one-on-one blocking on 2 players that are going to play soft outside leverage because they have contain. And all the other players are just, I guess they're hoping that Aaron Jones isn't in the game because he's too fast to get caught by the backside player. And they bring 3 guys or 4 guys the backside, A, B, and C gap. And it's just, numbers are bad. And so these are huge plays. And it's like, it was nuts. It was nuts that they ran it the way they ran it. And obviously the Green Bay Packers did such a good job of taking advantage.